the KIST Board of Directors, the KIST Council, Teaching Fraternity and Administration Fraternity at KIST, members of other faiths represented here today, the CS from the Office of the Governor of Vihiga County, Dr. Wilbur Tichelo, the graduates here today, all invited guests, and even those who have not been invited. Habari zenu. And I say, take this opportunity to thank the Almighty God for His enablement of us to be here at this sitting today. And in our midst, we have Professor Langat, a very rare visitor who has joined us today for the purpose he has just expressed to us. We thank you sincerely, Professor, for working so hard and encouraging us to be able to move in the right direction. I'll be very brief in my remarks. KIST has been involved on a revolutionary journey. It's an evolution. Evolved from a Bible college, it became a theological college. It's now an international school, and in future, and most likely in the near future, it will become a full-fledged university. And sacrifices have been made to make that evolution come to fruition. Sacrifices have been made in terms of time, in terms of money, and in terms of commitment and focus to reach where we have reached today. And I would like to say that the Church of God in East Africa, Kenya, has been very instrumental in making sure that this institution grows, and that commitment will not waver, because this institution is manufacturing for us Christian workers who will take this church to the next level. I would like to register our gratitude to our international partners who are co-owners of this school actually. The global strategy, for the enormous contribution, and even individual congregations in America for offering financial support, moral support, and spiritual support in terms of praying for us to be able to reach where we have reached today. It would not have been possible for us to reach where we are today if they had not come on board. And may I take this opportunity to register my rare gratitude to Dr. Stafford, because when I was the chair of this KIST Board of Directors, we went with him through a very difficult time at KIST. And he has remained steadfast in his support for KIST. His coming here, his presence here, time commitment, financial commitment has made it possible for KIST to navigate a very difficult journey and reach where we have reached today. There have been times that we have had very difficult times, very slippery times at KIST, and we stayed the course with him, encouraging others to join us. And it is through his commitment that we thought it would be wise to have a KIST council which will manage KIST affairs on day-to-day basis, because the board sits once in a year. And if a school is left 1 year, there must be a board in between to make decisions on daily basis for the school to move forward. And therefore I must thank you for that. And in the process, I also must thank Reverend Aswani, because when I approached him to come and join the KIST board and later joined the KIST Council. He has been very instrumental in terms of bringing advice, and because he has been in the higher education management for a long time until he retired recently. So I must say his input has been invaluable in terms of also bringing KIST Council into fruition and making it possible for the administration of KIST to move forward with as few hitches as possible. I must also thank the acting principal and the acting academic dean for the excellent work they have done in the few months they have acted in that office. Because if they were not exemplary in their work, what we are seeing here today will not be there. Probably this graduation would have been postponed to maybe some other time. But you can see when just on the onlook, structure of the program, the way things have been arranged, must say that a lot of focus, a lot of energy, and a lot of intelligence was put in place. And so Rose, Madam Rose, and Saul, I would like to pray for you. You are alumni of this school. There are many people who have committed their resources to you. Make sure that you achieve your higher education status. We are also praying for you that your doctorate level programs be a success. Because from what I know, your abilities and focus, you will do a lot, not only for this church, but for Kenya and for the world at large. So don't waver, don't tire, remain focused, because leadership is sometimes very slippery. Leadership, there's a lot of blames and counter blames. If you dance the tune of those who are speaking the things that are not progressive, you will not move anywhere. Because at the end of the day, it is you to make the decision, because we are leading the institution. So I would like to wish you all the best. And it is my prayer, my sincere prayer, that the KIST board will confirm you in that position. It's a prayer. It's not a demand. It's a prayer that you are considered for confirmation in that position or in those positions. Then I would like to make a request to the KIST administration that when graduates come in, when they finish their courses, I would like you to make me a write-up on each graduates, their strengths and their weaknesses, and their possible areas of focus where they can serve. Because when all these people have different talents, they have different abilities, and sometimes you can factor somebody in the pastoral work where the strength is not in pastoral work. They could do other things for the church, Christian workers within the church. And even like myself, we could even recommend some of these kids graduates to work in parachurch organizations, because that's part of our work, so that we expand the territory of placement of KIST graduates. And I want to assure you that I've made a deliberate effort to ensure that graduates from KIST are factored. And I can assure you that if I know that these are your strengths or these are your weaknesses, I cannot factor you in an area of your weaknesses, because that will be making you fail. So I would like to encourage you, when you are factored somewhere, please work hard, because from the work hard, you will progress to higher levels. But don't be ambitious. Because sometimes ambition, blind ambition, can be very dangerous. to the ministry. Sasa mkienda nje, tafadhali tulieni so that we can be able to focus on God and pray so that we see what God intends for you to do. And I'm also in the process of making a program where I want to know how many pastors or church workers are retiring when, so that will inform kids how many people they can factor in the training progressively, so that when they are trained, at the time they graduate, they don't hang around. Because hanging around is one of the things that create demotivation of the kids graduates. So I'm seriously in that program, that the welfare department will be able to tell us how many are facing out, so that we can inform kids of the same, and then they begin to program that this intake will be 20 or 30, and in 4 years time we'll be able to graduate so many, and their chances are there, so that when they graduate within the first 6 months they are placed in the ministry. Kwa hivyo mimi nasema asante Mungu kuwajalia, because God has enabled you to reach where you have reached. Some of you have worked very hard, like James Omian. There's a gentleman, I think is called James, and I think he was a principal of Estava. There's another one from Estava. I've seen them tirelessly working, Apuacho and others. I've seen you working tirelessly to ensure that you finish and complete your studies. And we are proud to be part of this place here today. Even if I don't speak, my presence alone in this place will speak volumes of what the church intends for you to do. May God bless you. May God uplift you. May God empower you, so that as you step out in the field, step out in the world, to evangelize, to teach, to baptize, you will have God's grace with you. And may God bless you abundantly.